Anybody else getting dumb shit if you search AMC? Like getting fucking this douchebag and this douchebag and these douchebags? Like at the top, all of a sudden when the earnings call and everything's going on? Anyway, this is why I do what I do. So, there's your earnings call. Where's the sneaky, crazy share count? Yeah? Okay. Granted, all great news, honestly. That all of it was very bullish. It's what you'd want to hear if you are long on this stock. Um, Nothing particularly crazy to hear about squeeze information or anything. Um, all good news nonetheless. I mean, I made a video a while back about it, making perfect sense for AMC and GME, both needing to rebrand who they are and what they do, moving into the technological age, the information age, what they need to do, and that would actually be genius. It makes no sense. I don't understand how they aren't already in discussions for this. GameStop needs to become an e-gaming platform for the most part, and an e-commerce for not only games but PCs. That's the route they need to go. It just needs to be consoles, PCs, basically all gaming nerdy ass equipment being sold online, and they should have brick and mortar stores, but their stores should be places where you can actually play and hang out with friends, and they should have, several areas set up, almost like how an arcade used to be, um, where you can go buy equipment if you want to, or just go hang out with friends, have products to sell, fucking little restaurant in there, whatever, and sell time. Basically, that's what you do. Sell time to use the rigs and setups they have already to play games with your friends and actually hang out with your friends. That is an aspect that is starting to make a comeback. And one of the most nostalgic things for people is you no longer sit on the fucking couch. There's no more hot seat play with friends. And people are missing that. Even if you're just sitting in the same room. Man, I remember lugging my fucking computer, my big ass PC, like in the 90s, over to my friend's house when I'd stay over there for the night or the weekend or whatever, so that we could sit in the same room and we'd connect them and we'd have a little LAN hot seat set up where we could play games together on a separate computer, which nowhere near as easy as it is now to connect computers and shit, or just take a laptop to your friend's house. But still, it's something that is important. Gaming needs to incorporate a more social aspect to it, other than just sitting at home with a headset on and that's your socialization. There needs to be a social factor brought back to gaming. Um, Esports is just so huge. God, man, I was actually young enough when I remember having the idea for that. Um, I hate even thinking about it. I do. I hate even thinking about it. I had the money and everything that I needed to open up basically what I would love to see GameStop become, but I was super ahead of time, which wouldn't have mattered over time. It would have grown and it would have become popular very, very quickly. And another guy ended up doing it a couple years after I had the idea, and his store's still open. He's still rocking it out. Actually moved to a bigger store closer in town and doing well. That's what GameStop needs to do. AMC's got these big ass fucking theaters, big ass screens, so much space. You could literally have GameStops inside of AMC's with all that shit. Little restaurant, little area that like would have been an arcade at one point, but now is a GameStop. And you can go watch like esports and shit with your friends or whatever you want on a big screen in one or two, maybe three of the theaters available. It's something that's becoming huge. It has grown into a multi-billion-dollar industry seemingly overnight. And that's the way to go. I can't, like, it doesn't make sense to me that And this hasn't been discussed. I mean, I get Adam Aaron's about to be 67, as you mentioned, so I get that. And maybe that's what these guys need. I mean, we just basically voted a bunch of old fellas to maintain their positions there, and they need some younger blood in AMC. They do. Yeah, they're getting great calls and great information from us, but there needs to be somebody in there that's young and can speak to the generation of investor directly, and relate to them directly. Um, that's what AMC is missing. GameStop has it now with the restructuring of their board and all that shit. But this is why you don't do all these guys told you to do, and don't blow your money. Make sure your money's in there today or Friday. Better be in there by Monday. Better be in there, because this shit's blowing up. We're about to expose them. Yeah, like I said, I would have loved to hear Adam Aaron say some shit like that. But again, he's not here for the squeeze, guys. That's not his thing. That's not what he's here for. He's here to save this fucking company, keep it from going bankrupt. Uh, all the news was good, all good news. All the numbers are good, all trending upward. That's phenomenal. Um, but still, like I would love, I mean, I hope that this goes up a little higher, or maybe breaks bad in the pre-market. The pre-market is really what I was waiting to see after the earnings call, is the pre-market, not any of the after-hours shit. Um, but you already saw it. This is crazy here. This was crazy. There was a fucking drop that went down to here and disappeared. Um, I didn't catch it recording it, but I saw it and was like, what the fuck was that? Just weird, crazy shit going on. And again, nothing about how the manipulation can be stopped. A lot of this just doesn't make sense. Just a lot of it still doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Now we're at a point to where uh, everyone isn't even entertaining the fact, and you could hear it in Adam's voice, like, you guys want me to do all this shit, but y'all didn't want to fucking give me shares. You guys want me to fucking do this and do this? I don't have the money because you wouldn't fucking give me the shares to get the money. Which, whatever. I mean, again, only reason I wasn't down to vote to give them that shit is because of the transparency issues. Tell me what you're doing with these shares. Why not just set them out on the open market for us to gobble them up and give you the money you need? Just issue them out right at the market and let us fucking gobble them up, instead of making sure they go to someone else, a big institution, who can do whatever they want with them. Um, Including dump them on the fucking market and scare the shit out of everybody. But having more shares, like I said, if we would have had more shares, that even if they got sold into the market, whatever, we would have been probably down here if they all would have hit when it was up here, and we'd gobble them up, and we'd have more solidified structure there somewhere up here. It would be much higher than where we're at now if there was more shares in the market. Um, but everyone was like, yo, we want the squeeze now, we want the squeeze, and not being educated at all in what the purpose of that was is why we're sitting where we're at, where we're going. I still can't believe that the top question was a question about a dividend. I've made it very clear. I've made videos about it, and I don't understand how people don't understand just how disconnected everyone is from business and how it operates. And when you're in debt, you can't issue dividends when you're in debt to someone. You can't be giving out free money to people when you fucking owe people money. They ain't gonna let you do that shit. That's not how business works. Your books need to be green. You need to be profitable. You need to not owe people fucking money in order to give out free money. That money comes from your profits. Like, what the fuck? And that was the number one question. Like, this is where I lose faith. You've had months to learn so much about business, the business of AMC, the stock market as a whole, but everyone just wants to sit on the sidelines and sign in for a couple hours to watch some guy say the same thing, learn nothing, and be mad that the day ends and you're not a millionaire. And that's basically how it's been going. So, yeah, I mean, this here looks like it was damn near planned. Like they were just waiting for him to say, yeah, we're still in the red. Yeah, now obviously. As soon as he says it. But you would know that. Like, obviously they are. They're not super profitable. The fucking pandemic. Like, what? Duh. Duh. That hurts a company. That hurts a company bad. That's why the shorts thought they were where they were at. And I also said that too. So these guys need to come up. I was already reading about it. There was um, like Universal and them. They personally wanted to have their movie shown in theaters 45 days. A 45-day theatrical release before it started getting sent to a streaming service. Um, So that's positive right there. There goes that fucking oh, everything's going to streaming immediately or whatever. And again, AMC could take advantage of that. They could fucking stream movies very, very cheap, and they're just paying for the service too. That's all they're doing is paying for the service to stream. And they could fucking sell dollar tickets. They could have a fucking dollar stream night and make a shitload of money off of it. A shitload. A bunch. Like, there are ways for them to make money if they rebrand themselves correctly and if they use the correct marketing strategies. Everything I heard sounds lovely for the long term. Um, so yeah, I feel I fucking popped into what's his nuts' TMI stream to see what they were talking about during the earnings call. Um, I think old Short the Vix might need a fix. I think he left Kansas with a habit. That boy looked like a damn turtle. Fucking lips all sucked in, eyes wide as shit. Fucking can't stop drinking fluids on air, getting up and leaving. I think he may have came back with Kansas with a little monkey on his back. I don't know, but definitely much different character from his live streams prior to his visit in Kansas. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Again, I have no evidence to go off other than the fact that I know what shit like that looks like. So um, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a nice move in the pre-market because this will definitely suck because my just in cases are weekly expirations. If it stays here, especially if it fucking tanks in the morning a little bit or at all or something, I'll either be broke even or in the negative, I'm sure. That's why I got them just for the day, just to see. I intend to sell them immediately. Hopefully it's a move upward and I'll make some more money and be good. Aside from that, this is exactly kind of what I expected from an earnings call, to hear shit about the business. I don't know, like, what, wasn't this supposed to be some, like, professor or some science dude? I don't know. Somebody said they had some formula or something. They were calculating all this shit. How did nobody have an answer about the shares and no one made a video about it yet or anything, like showing how they got it based on the shares that have been totaled and counted for these questions? Um, I don't know, man. I don't know. Bullish news all the way around, though. AMC for the long term, all that's great news. Everything's trending the way it needs to be trending, except for the price. That's the most important part. It's not trending the way it needs to be trending. But just that right there alone tells you how much bullshit this is. To go from 33 to over $37 in the after hours, just in a few minutes, and you can't get that fucking move during the normal trading day. What, seriously? It's this shit's right. It's like right in front of everyone's face. I just don't like that no one's talking about it. But like I said, I do know the SEC is onto it. They're they're trying to do what they can about certain things. They can't just come in and start accusing people and pointing fingers, and they have to put in regulations that someone's going to have to start abiding by, and it's going to make their numbers look real fucked up when they have to start doing things a different way than what they've been doing them. So patience and time. We will chat again tomorrow. We'll see what the pre-market looks like and how we are in the first 30 minutes, hour after the opening bell. But, just keep your expectations very, very low. Like I tried to tell you to do for this earnings call and what it was going to do. Just keep your expectations low. Hopefully, a bunch of people think that this is great, bullish news, and whoever's manipulating this shit forgets to route the orders to the dark pool and the fucking price blows up. Wouldn't that be great? We'll see. I'm just hoping to get a little bit of green out of my fucking contracts. That's it. That's like just praying for even a tiny win. I don't care. This isn't looking promising though, but we'll see. All right, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.